Hey there, it's Jody. Summer has been quite outrageous in this 500 square foot garden here in Northern California. Everything from 100-degree weather, heavy rainfall, and then it dipped down to the 70s in late June. Let's check out what changed since the last garden tour. Here's the state of the garden vista. There's now a rustic arbor made out of branches near the boardwalk area. The current plan is to add more branches to get it a bit more sturdy. Garden Alley now has some sunflowers in bloom, but check out the coneflower twins that self-seeded from last year's coneflowers. As for the edibles, the tomato harvest is starting to pop up more frequently. I'm already thinking about the roasted salsa I'll make with the next harvest. Future plans for this area: plant okra and winter squash. The lantern area has lots of summer squash growing in the area, and the cucumber plant is doing amazing this year thanks to the shade cloth. Future plans for this area: I still need to create 2 trellises for the pole beans and for the honey nut butternut squash. As for the boardwalk area, the papaya plant and the ginger plants are growing much larger. The pear tomato and the corn is doing great, but the Chernobyl tomato plant has been struggling. I have tried numerous times to grow this yellow tomato variety over the past 3 years. When I'm having issues with growing seeds, there's always 3 factors involved: growing conditions, and I know mine's great, hardiness zone, or a bad seed packet. After checking further, I discovered that the variety isn't suitable for hardiness zone 9 and up. This variety is best for hardiness zone 1 through 8. Future plans for this area: move in 2 more tomato plants. 1 tomato plant will be planted between the snapdragons, and the other will replace the Chernobyl tomato plant here. I haven't given up on this little plant just yet, so I'll go ahead and move it to another garden pot to see how it does in another area of the garden. Last month, I put in a flower bed in the garden path area, only to find weeks later that a birthday gift arrived early. I had to revert the flower bed, but this really is the best place, as it provides lots of sun for this dwarf banana plant that will grow about 9 feet tall and 7 feet wide. The leaves can grow up to 4 feet long. While the banana fruit will be great to have, the plant will also provide 2 additional resources I need for my garden: mulch and fertilizer. For instance, the long leaves that become dried during autumn is perfect to use as a mulch. I can also dry the banana peelings to use as a fertilizer for the flowers in the garden. Other perennials I'd love to have one day include coconut, guava, and citrus. Garden Belle has been hit or miss with the plants. The ground pots are doing amazing as they do every year, but the soil in the hanging pots appear to be drying out quickly, likely due to the winds. Future plans for this area: move the struggling plants to another pot and add in some fresh potting soil, vermiculite, and worm compost. The vermiculite will act as a sponge to retain moisture in the soil. The fresh potting soil and compost will enhance the nutrients the plants need. Any plants that are doing well will return to the hanging pots. I'll also plant bush beans, herbs, and flowers. The greenhouse has had tons of activity this year with the rainfall and hot weather. I even had a mini pool that developed on top of the roof. I'm going to do from the top first. Then it got too hot for the seedlings to remain inside, so they were all moved out to the garden patch. I think I'm going to retire the greenhouse for the next 2 months. All of these seedlings that came from the greenhouse are hanging out here until they're large enough to be transplanted in other areas of the garden. I have a feeling it's going to be an uncertain summer. Hopefully the plants don't mind the drastic weather changes. Thanks for watching the latest garden tour. If you're interested in more videos like these, be sure to subscribe to Jody Gardens. Until next time.